Three, two, one. Welcome to the Nature Glow Van Life Show. Woohoo! Yeah! Thanks for watching today. So, I want to give you an update on my solo female van life, van repairs that I have been doing. So, for the past 2 weeks, I have been hitting it hard with just working on my van. And I actually have some videos coming out where I show you some of the work that I do myself. Do it yourself. I'm somewhat of a do it yourself girl, but I'm not really mechanical. So I typically hire a mechanic and just do my homework and make sure that I hire, the most reasonable, trustworthy mechanic in town, wherever I happen to be. So I'm in Central California. And so this time around, I actually went with Paul and Sons to do my estimate in Ridgecrest, California. Highly recommend them. They did a great job checking over my van from roof to tire. And so they gave me a list of things that I needed work on. And I actually reached out to HOWA, which is Homes on Wheels. Yay for Homes on Wheels. Because it's I've honestly been struggling to have um, a steady stream of money enough that I could save also for van repairs. Now, thankfully, I've been doing a lot of energy work, a lot of meditation, a lot of work around um, my money mindset, and I have literally watched in the last few weeks between HOWA and my own business bringing in the money that I need, because it's been, gosh, hundreds of dollars, close to 1,000, I would say, to get all these different repairs. So I took the van in. Oh, when was it? Uh, I took the van in the beginning of this week to have the work done. But first, I had to get the estimate done, and the first estimate, um, I needed 2 new spark plugs, coils and wire coil, I think it's the coils that go with the spark plugs. So, and I have a 10-cylinder van. It's a V10. EverGreen Queen is the name of my camper van. Welcome if you're watching this for the first time. And she's a 2001 Ford E350 V10. I think she's considered a club wagon, Econoline. So she had cylinders 7 and 8 that needed to be replaced. Now, 2 years ago, when I came back from the East Coast, I had spent a year and a half on the East Coast, living part-time, sometimes full-time out of my van, sometimes in my friends' houses. I also did some house sitting for some friends. So I wasn't living full-time that entire year and a half in EverGreen Queen. Um, anyway, when I came back from that year and a half East Coast trip, tour, what have you, I also got a job working at a middle school boarding school out there for 4.5 months, which was a total trip. Yay, Arthur Morgan School, if you're watching. So when I came back to well, first, let me just back up. So while I was on the East Coast, I noticed that my van started sputtering, like kind of going, like when I'd be sitting at a light, a little bit of putting, I guess you could say. And I was like, uh-oh, I'm going to need van work. And I wasn't in a position at the time to do it, but in my gut, I felt I could still cross the country. But when I got across the country to Douglas, Arizona, and I stayed with my friend Judy, I had to get the van fixed. So I took out a credit card and I spent like, oh, how much was it? Like $800 or something to have two out of the 10 spark plug, or maybe it was 3. I think it was 3 out of the 10 spark plugs and coils replaced. And then 2 years later, after those were replaced, then I've had to replace 2 more. So we've got 5 spark plugs. So 5 new. 3 of them are new-ish. So Paul and Sons did notice them and said, those spark plugs are fine. They're doing great. They look brand new. So you just need to replace 2 more. And I also needed radiator hoses replaced. So I had those replaced as well. They said that I needed all new tires. And I was like, what? What? I just had those put on in 2018, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. They're 5 years old, and the desert heat can make tires crack, especially since I don't drive like all over the place all the time. I actually sit and conserve wear and tear on my van. I prefer to sit up to three weeks at a time sometimes. And I realize that, you know, tires sitting for a long time, it's best to drive on tires like at least weekly, but I don't do that. So one of my tires had a rim, like a ribbon of cracking around the wall, the outer wall. And they were like, that's really dangerous. You could have a blowout. And they were telling me I should just get all new tires. So I got second and third and fourth opinions. And people were like, just change out that one tire. The others look fine. The tread is still great. So I ended up going to a place called Motion Tire also in Ridgecrest, California. So they changed out my driver's side front tire. So brand spanking new. It's an Accelera tire, all terrain. So it matches not perfectly with the other 3, which are Wrangler tires, Wrangler Goodyears, but still a really good quality tire. So I felt really just so great about that. And they gave me an awesome price. I paid $167 for the one tire, which I felt was the best deal in town because I did shop around before I settled on that. They also have really great reviews. And I'll try to remember to put links in the description for, if for those who are into van life or are RVing full time or part time, whatever, it's good to know of good mechanics. It's always helpful. So they also told me I needed a new battery, which I understood because the battery that I had in EverGreen Queen was from 2016. So 2016, 17, I had it put in like March or April. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, almost 7 years old. So it was time to get a new battery. So I went with AutoZone for my new battery because they had a closed cell, so I wouldn't have to pop it open and service it with distilled water quarterly. That gets old, and then sometimes I forget. So it's just best to have a battery that doesn't need to be serviced, in my opinion. And it was just $209. AutoZone put it in for me. It was their platinum, I think it's Durafast platinum battery, closed cell. So really perfect. So that should last me, I don't know, 7 to 10 years, I would say. What else? And I need a transmission flush. So Paul and Sons didn't have a really good price. I think it was $588. I found it for $288 at Rusty's Warren in Ridgecrest, California. I'll put the link in the description for them as well. And I'm not an affiliate for any of these. I just want to help people out. Just put the links in the description if you're in this area and are looking for good mechanics. Rusty's Warren will take bigger vehicles like my extended Ford E350 Econoline. And I know that there are a lot of other RVers and van lifers out there that are looking for good mechanics, reliable, trustworthy mechanics that can also accept their size vehicle. So, and Rusty Warren, I think it's called Rusty Warren's. There's also another shop in Bishop called Rusty Warren's. So I think they're related, or I don't know if it's a chain or what's going on there. But I'll be going to them in Bishop because I also travel through Bishop seasonally as well, Bishop, California. So yeah, they will do my transmission flush. And then I think that's the last work that I need for a while. Oh, and Paul & Sons also put in new wiper blades, so that's pretty exciting. And right now, I am camping in a brand new place, and I wanna take you outside. I'm gonna put my hotspot in my pocket. Let's jump outside so I can show you where I'm at. It's absolutely beautiful. Here we go. Woohoo! I'm bringing you and the laptop outside. Hopefully no, I don't think it's windy. Wow, there's some kind of dust. No. So it's kind of overcast here. This is snow blowing around. Do you see it? All right, so check this place out. So Spangler Hills is known for these big boulders. Kind of reminds me of Alabama Hill in Lone Pine, California. But it's really gorgeous here. And there's the Green Queen. I also washed and waxed her for the first time in 7 years. Don't wait 7 years to wash and wax your vehicle like I did. Let me show you the boulders that I am camped next to. It's really cool. So Spangler Hills is famous for being an OHV or off-highway vehicle place. Isn't that gorgeous? But check this out. Let me show you. Sorry for the wind. I probably should have put my microphone on. And check out the cool painted rock. Isn't that neat? Woohoo! There's the Green Queen behind me. Van in a landscape. So I just wanted to show you where I was camped. And life is great. I'm just really super excited about getting all these repairs done and maintenance done for the Green Queen. Notice how sparkly clean. So I did a video of me washing her, and I will put that up on YouTube as soon as I do all the editing. It's snowing. It's snowing here at Spangler Hills. I can't believe it. I don't think it feels that cold for it to be snowing, but it is evidently. Those clouds seem to think so. Okay. So, what are my upcoming plans? So I want to stay here until I get my transmission fluid. Till I get my transmission fluid flush done here in town at Rusty Warren's. So that'll be exciting. You know, she'll have new blood. Her transmission fluid. I guess it's the equivalent of blood. I don't know. And I also got fuel injectors. I got gum out. So I watched this YouTube channel called 𝐷𝐞𝐬𝐴. Check him out. He is freaking hilarious. Like, he yells when he does his videos. It's so funny. So he'll, in the beginning of his videos, his intro is rev up your engines. And he like shouts it. And then you see the speedometer going up. It's just really great. But he has been a mechanic for 53 years. So I've been getting a lot of great pointers from 𝐷𝐞𝐬𝐴. Check him out on YouTube. And he recommends gum out to put into a full tank of fuel to help clean out, you know, just the gunk that, you know, just starts to build up in vehicles from wear and tear, and the fuel that we put in our vehicles also isn't pure. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'll probably put that in when I make my big trek up north during the springtime. And hopefully that'll take care of the sputtering. So here's the story. So Paul & Sons replaced the spark plugs, the coils, the wires, and the van still sputters. So they weren't able to get all of the, well, we don't know what's going on. So the next thing is to do the fuel injectors and just clean her up, you know, and see if that will take care of the sputtering. I hope so. So Paul and Sons recommends that I wait till the check engine light comes on so that they can figure out what else is misfiring in my 10 cylinders. But I want to just give the fuel injector, the gum out, a try. Let me show you what it is. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. So we have gum out. Gum out. Okay, so multi-system tune-up for gas, ethanol, diesel, and oil. Using gas, ethanol, flex fuel. Use in injector and carbon cleaning machines. Oxygen sensor safe. Cleans complete fuel system. Restores fuel economy. Yeah, I noticed that my fuel economy has gone down in like especially the last year. It just seems like my gas, and then California, the price of California gas, it's like $1 more at least than the rest of the nation. Kind of annoying. But so I usually don't fill her up. I usually like put $30, $40 in at a time, sometimes 50, depending on where I'm going. But I'm going to have to fill up the tank to put this in. So it's going to cost me like, I don't know, 150, 160, maybe 170 to fill the Green Queen up. But it's going to be so worth it because I'm going to put this in. It stabilizes fuel and oil. It lubricates upper cylinders, fights ethanol, corrosion, cleans GDI, PFI, and diesel fuel injectors, controls moisture, helps pass emissions testing, removes fuel deposits and oil residue, reduces diesel particulate filter regeneration. And then it says two times cleaning power, carbon clear. Right there. And here's an image of all the different types of vehicles or machinery, including machinery, that gum out can be used in. And it says this triple action technology provides the most advanced cleaning available. It is strong enough to dissolve thick carbon deposits, even on the toughest to clean areas. Internal engine use only. Use in fuel system and crankcase. Use regularly for preventive maintenance. For flex fuel, use every 5,000 miles. So directions: add to fuel. For optimal results, add entire can to the tank. Fill the tank with fuel and run to near empty before refueling. Okay. 1 pint treats 21 gallons of gas or diesel fuel. So I actually take 20, how many gallons? I think it's 22 gallons. So it's really close. I can add it to oil, add 1 ounce per quart of oil, immediately start engine and run for 5 to 10 minutes to mix completely. Oh, that's cool. Add 1 ounce per quart of oil. 1 ounce. That's not very much. Vacuum intake cleaner may be used with engine decarbonizing equipment through the vacuum system to clean intake, manifold, valves, and combustion chamber. Follow recommended mechanical procedures for the equipment. I'm not going to read all of this, but yeah. So, gum out. Recommended by Scotty Kilmore, a 53-year-old YouTubing mechanic. Check him out on YouTube. That's who told me to get that. So, well, he recommends anyone to get it. All right. So my plan is to camp in Central California. I'll just do a slow camp and roll on up the Eastern Sierra. I just kind of travel with the season up north, slowly and lazily, camping and hiking along the way. And I want to bring you on my journey the rest of this winter and into spring. And so, if all goes as planned, I will end up, um, just traveling the Eastern Sierra this year. My dream is to do a full loop around the entire Eastern Sierra. Not sure if I'll be able to do that this year, but we shall see. So if you like what you're seeing and hearing, consider supporting this channel. There are links in the description below that you can check out to support my channel. Every little bit helps. Every large bit helps. So I am willing and available for more financial abundance than I've ever imagined, whether it's funds received through this channel so that I can keep my travels going and keep the EverGreen Queen in tip-top shape, money through my online business. I should do a separate video on that to catch you up on what's going on there. I just want to keep this chat and update about the Green Queen on topic. So I won't talk about well, let me just give you a sneak peek. So for years and years, for 6 years now. So 6 years ago, back in 2017 of July, I opened �NatureGlow's eScience as a sole proprietor business. And I watched YouTube videos on how to create my own WordPress website. So I've been running my own WordPress website for 6 years. Now, the problems that I have been having with WordPress are being able to maintain really good fast speeds. It's very technical. There's like all these different things, and it gets really hairy. Sometimes I'm figuring out how to get a WordPress website to run with great high speed. I have a great host, but still I have not happy with the speed of my site. Also, I'm not a developer, so I have had good fortune with WordPress, but I'm just not happy. So I ended up investing with Groove Funnels, which is similar to ClickFunnels. They're like their direct competitor. Russell Brunson, who owns ClickFunnels. If you're not sure what ClickFunnels is, just check it out online. But Russell Brunson, who's in Idaho, I think he's in Idaho. He runs, it's a multi-million dollar, close, maybe even multi-billion dollar company now, teaching people how to create sales funnels and do digital online entrepreneur work. So I joined Groove for their lifetime plan recently. So I want to do a video about that. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll get to do that this week. But I have some more videos coming out. So check out my channel. If you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed, please do that. Ding the little bell so you'll be the first to hear when I release my next video. Check out the next videos that pop up here, and I will see you in the next